Namaste. This is Draco, and I will tell you a short story about valuing other people. The title of my story is The Yellow Moon. In Calcutta, under the yellow moonlight, there was a young monk named Chandra. He started his pilgrimage to one of the highest mountain in India, called Mount Sandakphu. He opted to walk in the peace of the night, since he does not like daytime. He is not very fond of crowded streets and loud people. When the day came, he was no longer in the noisy city. He arrived in a peaceful town. He was happy because the scenery is clean and quiet. Suddenly, a poor man appeared in front of him while he was deep in his thoughts. The beggar, who wore rags for clothes, introduced himself by the name of Yachake. According to the latter, he has not been able to eat for 3 days. He was desperate for something to appease his hunger. Chandra ignored his plea. The young monk believed that for the sake of being spiritually clean, he had to avoid such unhygienic people. Although his beliefs were strong, he could not help feeling guilty for his inaction. A part of him wanted to help the poor indigent, but staying pure in his holy trek seemed more important. He proceeded to travel along the route of Mount Sandakphu. A rich-looking person, fashioned in the outfit of expensive silk, invited Chandra into his lavish estate. After the arduous walk and the shock brought by Yachake earlier, the young monk accepted the invitation. The rich man welcomed him, as both of them belonged to the Brahmin caste. The Brahmins are the highest caste of all India. They are the wealthiest and considered the most holy among all classes. The wealthy man introduced himself as Sampadon. They had a conversation about the superiority of their caste and how they contribute more to India than the lower classes. Upon hearing that, the young monk mentioned his encounter with a poor man that morning and how he disregarded him. Sampadon drank his Italian wine and congratulated Chandra for keeping himself holy. They continued feasting on the large meals on the table. Despite the grandeur of the event, Chandra's mind was full of doubts for not helping Yachake. Uncertainty made him freeze until the rich man called his attention. Sampadon suggested that the young monk should spend the night there, and they can go on with a pilgrimage together. together. As the sun woke them up, they prepared for the trip. While they were walking to the shrine, something unexpected happened. They were surrounded by 5 Bengal lions. The beasts growled loudly for their flesh. The rich man ran away quickly. He did not stop to help or warn his companion. Chandro screamed for help, but to no avail. He felt that he was trapped, and he had to face the reality that death was coming. As the lions attacked, he closed his eyes. Flashbacks appeared on his mind like a Bollywood movie. He realized how lucky he was to never experience starvation or extreme thirst that the poor people may have to go through day by day. As he acknowledged his demise, he prayed for forgiveness from his ignorance. If only he could turn back time, he would help Yachuke. As he closed his eyes to prepare for death, the events turned in his favor. He could hear somebody shouted and fight all the dangerous lions. When he opened his eyes, Yachuke was holding a big rock. Although he was thin, his brave posture delivered the message that the beggar was ready to kill the beast. In the end, the Bengal lions ran away in fear. Chandru kneeled in front of Yachuke and thanked him profusely. The young monk even shook his hands, even though it was seen as taboo for the Brahmins to touch beggars. They then walked together as brothers, no longer strangers. As they reached Sandakphu Shrine, they met a tall man with gray hair and beard. He was very wise looking, and according to him, his name was Akaryan. He was the shrine keeper. Akaryan gave them instructions to pray to the gods for a clear mind and tranquility. After they offered their sincere prayers, they then proceeded to ask the shrine keeper about the faults of the caste system. Akaryan gathered them in the temple stairs for his lecture. He told them that humans are unique like the gems. They are different, yet valued. The shrine keeper reminded them that humans may not have the same skills nor traits. However, such differences that we have must be appraised, not frowned upon. Akaryan delivered his message with so much grace, composure, and fluency. The beggar and the young monk were really able to absorb the gist of his narrative. They realized that they may be different from each other, but they were created in the likeness of the same God. They thanked Akaryan and went down towards Calcutta as brothers with an unbreakable bond. Chandro finally embraced the vibrant life of the city. He started to help the lower caste. He led others to follow the ways of charity as taught by their Hindu religion. He and Yachike organized feeding programs for the less fortunate people. The condition of the poor became better, and it led to the economic progress of their city. Years passed, and Chandro has aged. Yachake was still his best friend. One starry night, they were standing on the rooftop looking at the sky. The yellow moon shone against his golden robe. It seemed that it has lighted up the whole city. Yacheke looked at him sincerely and said, "Thank you, my friend. You have helped me and so many people. You have always told me that I saved you from the lions. But you are the one who saved me from a life of hunger and thirst." At that moment, it dawned on Chandro that one act of kindness can really make the whole world a better place. He continued to strive for the sake of others. He became a symbol for hope and inspiration. Like the yellow moon, his generosity shone, his compassion gleamed, and his faith blazed. That is the end of the story. May it shine into your hearts that doing good is essential to make a better world for you and for me. Thank you.